The problem is Andy's always fronting. It's about time we said it. I didn't want to start the podcast this way. It's just how Nick started it. Let's just address the elephant in the room. We've let it go for I feel like a year now, Tim.
Yeah.
Andy did pay for his Twitter check mark.
Dang.
That's not true.
Don't believe the
is
lie.
out there.
Don't believe the lie. He still has it right in the top. Show me your bank account.
I want so badly just to pay for that blue check mark on Instagram.
Get him. Oh wait, well you have one.
I don't. I've never gotten one.
You're
I never got it
fucking
before.
loser, dude.
You got to pay for them now. It's a subscription.
Yeah, but we all got it for free from Kind of Funny.
Yeah, like 7 years ago before fucking Zuckerberg took over.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's important. No, what? On Instagram or Twitter?
Instagram.
Oh, okay. I'm still talking about Twitter.
No, I'm talking about Instagram. I said I want that blue. I want that blue.
That is
thing on
tough to get.
Instagram.
That is tough to get.
It's too hard.
Yeah.
You guys got it. Tim got it first, if memory serves
Yeah.
correctly. No big deal.
Oh, I guess I don't anymore.
On Instagram?
Oh, I do.
yeah,
I
you
do.
still have it. Well,
I don't
now
pay for it,
I would
though.
throw you off this fucking
Well, you can
podcast.
still
if you
apply
didn't
for
have
it.
Grandfathered?
No. You applied for it. You can still apply for it.
But you have to pay.
No,
you can still get it
You
free.
can
You
still get it
apply
free.
for
You can
it.
still
Got
apply
it.
for it. But
Got
every
it.
time I apply, they respond with a message like you're a fucking scrub.
Got it.
Like you ain't shit.
Are you gonna
Yeah,
say
right.
that I'm a regular now at Punchline?
I mean, I could tell them that.
Yeah.
I'll put it in my bio. I honestly think you're fire. Like, here's what it goes. You fire up the email and it goes straight off a cliff into a fucking trash heap.
Sure,
I don't think
yeah.
anyone looks at those ever
Yeah.
at all.
I
I
bet-
think they just want your $10 a month for the subscription.
Gotcha.
And I'm thinking about doing it.
People still don't believe that we didn't pay for the gold check mark.
That's because they don't remember a time when you actually got that legitimately for being a real human being.
No, but like the business one, you know?
Oh, yes.
Like the business Kind of Funny one.
On Instagram or what are we
Twitter.
talking about? Yeah.
This all started from Twitter, then you brought in Instagram, and it got very confusing. And that's when we couldn't
look,
separate it
Nick.
anymore.
We have the golden check mark.
That is cool. I do remember that. I do remember us getting that as a business verification. That's cool. What I'm talking about is the one on Instagram that you guys got 45 fucking years ago,
Yeah.
and I never got, and
Yeah.
it's impossible. It is a unicorn to get that without having to pay for it.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of it.
You need to be as notable as me as Tim.
I think I'm just going to borrow Tim's business card, pay for it, and just not think about it.
Yeah,
ever
it's the
again.
same business card you have. We all have the same
Fair
business
enough,
card.
but it's funnier if Tim
It
has
is.
to
It
pay
is
for
funny.
Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
It's like, let's
yeah.
get Joey's mom to pay for it. What happened?
Oh man, Mrs. T.
Mrs. T.
You know what I mean?
Put it on the Hulu account, you know?
Every time I ask, I'll be like, Joey, what's your email for X, Y, and Z? And she'll give me. I'm like, all right, the Hulu one. The Hulu one I have to log in as if I want Hulu. Yeah, I forgot. I got logged out of Joey's Hulu, but then our nanny had logged into her Hulu, so we've just been using the nanny's Hulu. And the nanny doesn't work for us anymore, but like we've just been using that Hulu.
That's great.
Yeah. Then yesterday I woke up. My son. You know what I mean? The
My
cutest
nephew.
guy.
My godson.
You're exactly your nephew, your godson. Just the cutest little kid.
He's adorable.
You know, we go to bed.
He
Saturday
might be the
night.
cutest kid.
He's a little under the weather.
Yeah, little
We read Cars 2, and he looks at me and says, "Daddy, when I wake up in the morning, can we watch Cars 2 on Disney Plus?"
Of course you can,
And I
son.
said, "Ben, of
Anything for
course.
son.
Get
Anything
some
for you, son."
rest, all right?
Yeah.
Dream of Cars 2. That's what will make it all worthwhile. This thing we call life. We wake up. He's feeling a little bit better. But I drag his body out. I put it out onto the couch. You know what I mean? He's looking like Tiny Tim out there. You know what I mean? All wrapped up. You know, he's a little green. We're not sure if he's
Little
going to
burrito.
make it. And he says, "Can we watch Cars 2?" And I say, "Yeah, let's watch Cars 2." Turn it on. I've been logged out of Disney Plus. Put in the old email, Tim. Email. Put in the password.
Mhm.
Doesn't work.
Oh.
Put in the password again. Doesn't work.
Yeah.
Go open up my Google Chrome. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. No, that's the right one. Try to log into Google. Doesn't work. Text Tim. Tim. My son. Sick as a dog here.
The father becomes the son. the son
We're not
becomes-
sure. We're not sure how much longer he's going to make it.
We
You know
don't
what I
know.
mean?
The only thing that can get him through.
Padre Scarpino's coming with last rights.
gonna Padre Cars
All he
moves on
wants to watch is Cars 2. Can you
Gator,
please
Gator.
tell me the password? What's Tim say?
Mm.
Ah, I didn't change the password, and I'm driving a car right now. It's like, all right, you know what I mean? Like,
Damn, I didn't
I
know
thought
you
you'd
were
help
so
my
fucking
son.
You didn't give me
highfalutin.
any of that background until hours later
I mean,
when
maybe
I
I've
get
exaggerated some of it.
He literally just goes like, "Oh, like the password
liberties,
changed," and I'm
Tim.
like, "No, because it didn't." Like, I got a weird
And that's the
notification.
thing where he doesn't. His text very plain, but you can already hear it in his voice. He was the way I introduced it is how he actually sounded when he said it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Fucking. Ugh. It should still be this. Okay, it ain't. Do you need it now, or can I mess with it in a few hours? I'm driving.
How did he spell the?
How could you possibly take the words that I said and put them in that tone?
I'm driving. 8:46 a.m. First off, huge fucking lie there. Tim's not even out of bed at 8:46. You know what I mean? He's driving Gia crazy. That's the only thing he's doing. And he's not there to help at all.
I will say, Tim and Cool Greg were here earlier than I was expecting. So.
No, this is on Sunday. The Lord's Day.
Oh,
the Lord's Day.
They shouldn't be
The
driving.
baby Jesus.
So anyways, and now here's where we'll go to the next step, all right? Again, do we have to, is Ben going to have to lose a leg here? We're not sure. We know he's sick. That's all that we're aware. All this poor kid wants to see is Lightning McQueen and Mater in this complicated spy drama.
It's a spy drama, and it's in Italy.
Tim
It
says,
goes so much deeper than we could have ever imagined.
can I mess with it? Port of course, Italy. Can I mess with it in a few hours? I'm driving, all right? Tim's driving somewhere. He wants to mess with the password in a few hours. How many hours do you give him?
A few hours?
Yeah.
I'd give him 3.
That was at 8:46 a.m., okay? I say, of course, because again, I can see it in his text. I can hear it in his voice that I have in my head. I say, no rush, just reporting in. He sends back the heart. I'm like, he doesn't really mean that. You know, he didn't really send back the heart on that
Because
one.
he's heartless.
8:46. Guess what happens? 6:08. I have to send him this video.
That was Greg. That was Greg's voice, actually.
6:08. I gotta send him a video of my son begging to watch
Poor
Cars.
kid's on his last leg.
You know what I mean?
I've never heard him sound that way. Like it does. There's a desperation.
You
You
know,
know?
He wants to watch Cars.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. See, because I was driving, and as I was driving, see these texts, I'm trying to be helpful as always to any of you guys.
Of course.
And I went through my own personal hell, which is just getting kicked out of an account. It's always inconvenient. You have to figure out what's going on, whatever. Something happened with Disney and Hulu and like the My Disney account that they added
the
last
worst,
week. I
the
don't
worst.
know, but I
can
had
I
to
use
deal with
your
it.
account for Hulu now?
I don't think
Same
so.
login? That
But
sucks.
I don't think so. I don't understand what's going on. But I do know that I had to like re-input the password, but it wasn't changed. It was the same password because I went through this. So I gave you real information. Seemed to not work for you. But I'm driving. I was trying to feel out like how important is this? You
Driving
told
Miss
me
Daisy.
nothing about cars. You told me nothing about your son. I'm sitting here and sure. Is
Thought you
this
could fill
on
in
me?
the gaps.
Is this on me?
Why am I hitting you at 46?
I'm feeling it.
8:46 in the morning. I'm trying to watch Disney.
I think that-
What do you think's happening?
You should know,
What do you
Tim.
think? Maybe my son is here, so sick we're worried he's going to be able to see the rest of the day. All he wants to see before he goes out is Mater with a bomb.
I
I
had
inferred all of that.
no idea
Thank
that,
you, Andy.
that Ben
You're
was
an
in peril.
intelligent listener, you know?
I thought you were trying to watch Agatha all along. That was
At
legit what I thought.
8:46 in the morning,
No, I
that's
thought
an
you were
evening show.
You wake up at 3 a.m. You have
do.
a child.
God, you wake up so early.
8:46 for you is Andy's 6
I've
p.m.
lived a life by then.
You should
Yeah.
know that Greg Miller's Disney Plus MCU watching is like
The
reserved
night-
for.
if you would have gotten that at 12:46 the morning, I guess, before in review, yes, I would have been watching Agatha all along.
Yeah.
So I thought it was that.
Now
so
I'm
I
just
felt
trying to
no
take care of Ben.
urgency.
Every day.
This kid, frostbite all over his body, just
Yeah.
wants to watch. Just wants to watch Cars.
He was
Did he
I-
like it?
What?
Did he like Cars too?
Yeah, when I bought it on rented it on
No
Amazon.
shit, you did.
You know what I mean? God
wow.
forbid.
I
God
got him
forbid.
in. Once he said once I got the request from Ben, how quickly did I respond?
Are you gonna put that on Kind of Funny? The bill?
Oh
for
yeah, 100%. I already
Varsity?
did. That's a great question. I'm glad you're here for that. All right. Again,
What was the question?
how fast did you respond? How fast did you respond to Ben's message?
Right.
Imagine my desperation.
Yeah.
All right. For some reason, Ben wanted to make a super couch yesterday, so he took all the pillows and piled them in one section.
Of course you
It
do.
was
And he
his
called
last
it Big
dying wish.
Couch.
Tim.
Think of
And he made me sit in tiny couch, which was the part with no
your
cushion.
ass over there.
And then he says, and then I'm like, we dodged it. He forgot all. And can I watch Cars too? And I'm like, oh man, Ben, I'd love to, but Uncle Timmy just loves you so much. But he went out for a pack of smokes. And
he's never coming back.
Coming back.
I don't know.
Never coming back.
And Ben just looks me in the eye and goes, oh, can I please make a video to plead my case? I was like, of course you
He's
can.
your
So
son.
I was like, no one's putting you up to this or telling you
Oh,
what
of
to
course
say.
not. Of
Maybe Ben's
course
like,
not.
give me the phone. Let me talk to him.
I'll call him. Let me FaceTime him.
So I send the message 6:08, that adorable video.
AM?
No, this is PM.
Okay.
This is hours have gone by. We've gotten to the desperation where my son threatened to pull out his own teeth if he doesn't watch Cars 2, all right?
Bleeding from the gums.
So it's like, it's 6:08, I send that. 6:09 rolls around.
The threats keep coming.
6'10" rolls around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's figured out the child locks. He's trying to get to the bleach. I'm like, Ben, hold on.
yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
spend the
He's like, "It smells bad, but I'm still
$3.49
drinking it."
on the UHD. We can rent cars to on Amazon. And then Tim. And I don't want to call him a deadbeat because we throw that word around too much.
Yeah.
He just texts back at 6:14. Lol. He just laughs in my sick
Wow.
son's face. You know
That's
what I mean?
unbelievable.
Think about this next time you see us all out here working for Extra Life. Who really cares about the sick kids? Is
Man.
it Tim? I don't think so.
That is unbelievable stuff.
Then at 6:16,
Yeah.
8 minutes later, I get the new password.
New York
All right?
minute.
Oh, thank you, Your Highness. Thank you for coming down with this royal decree. But the peasants are gone.
Here's my side of this. Still to this, I didn't know that Ben was sick until this morning.
He
by
was
the way.
watching Cars 1 that whole time, Tim. Can you believe that? Like,
Well, sticking with the good stuff.
Yeah,
but
you're right.
But I didn't even know he was sick. Like none of that information, the video, none of that told me he was sick. So I had no sense of urgency at all for that.
Listen to the
But
voice.
at 6 whatever, when he did text me again, reminding me, because I did forget. I did forget to like update the goddamn Disney Plus password again, thinking Greg and Jen are trying to watch Agatha all along. I'm like, there's not that big of a rush for this. It's okay, right? I was in the shower when you texted me at 6:09. The first thing I did when I got out of the shower, look at the phone, see the text. I'm like, okay, I'm on this. I want you to know, butt ass naked. I dropped the towel. I walked all the way downstairs, naked as a motherfucker. All right, with God gave
When you
me.
do that, do you yell, "Hey, cool, Greg, stay in your room"?
No, I knew he was somewhere else. It was going to
Wiener
be
coming.
fine.
Wiener coming.
I knew he was somewhere, and she wasn't home either. I was just like, I want to get this done with haste.
Sure.
So I go downstairs, and I'm sitting there on my computer, butt ass naked, which is not something I normally do because I'm not about to do this on my phone.
Why don't you just keep the towel on?
I don't know.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It was
Hey,
just
you're
like-
moving fast. I
Yeah,
respect
yeah.
that.
It was just more just like, oh, let's just
Getting in
fucking
his
go.
way, it's
So I'm just
encumbering
down there, let the hog just fucking fly and swinging around.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right,
yeah.
and I'm logged in Disney Plus. I'm like, this doesn't feel right, but yeah, I had to like request the new password and like do all that stuff. I verified that it worked because I was like, why did the other one not work?
Yeah.
And I sent you it. All of
Man, I
that
had a dream I
in
had a big
5
hog.
minutes.
8.
8 minutes. Excuse me.
You laughed in my face first.
Yeah.
What was that now?
Sorry about that.
And for the record, I
Dream I had
did.
a
You
big
can check
hug.
your phone. I did text you that Ben was sick.
You fucking piece of shit. Just right now, 1 minute ago.
I didn't notice.
iOS 18.
It happened.
By the way, I forget. Let me tell you. I freaking love being able to finally talk to my iOS brethren in a way that is functional and works.
What does this mean? Because every time I go to text you, it's
Yeah.
like message period RCS
Yeah.
or some shit. I don't know.
So
what the
you
fuck.
might be good. To us, it's still a disaster.
I don't understand. And it still comes up green. I don't know what I'm looking
Oh,
at.
I will always be green. I will always be a green guy.
So what
I will
changed?
be Qui-Gon Jinn. But now, if you send me a video, or if I send you a video, we don't receive them in the lowest fucking 2008
okay.
video sort of like when you were messaging shit back in the day and it was like the blurriest, most artifacty thing you've ever seen. Now it'll look really, really damn good.
Okay.
And now, whenever you like click a little text of mine and you put the heart thing,
Sure.
it'll show up on mine and vice versa.
Ah, okay.
Oh, so it doesn't say Andy has hearted your message anymore?
Correct.
Man, that was so dumb.
Yeah.
See, I like that being there because I'd still do it. Where I know this is a bad experience for you, not you personally, but Android users in general, and you need to be shamed. You need to come join. You know what
Also,
I mean?
group messages now will work. We will no longer have the moments where Tim is like, I'm not seeing anything in this sort of messaging right here. It's a great time. So happy about it.
I'm happy about it too.
We're all brought together.
I don't love the implementation, but I'm happy about it. I'll get over it. I understand.
What's wrong with the implementation?
I mean, it just still doesn't look great, and I hate that. What? Don't tell me it's sent with RCS. I don't care.
What does that mean?
That's just.
But I mean, like,
There's SMS,
reticulating.
Yeah, it's no more. SMS
know.
is the old
Rich,
shit, right? Rich
complex
communication system.
Is that what it
Nice.
is?
Yeah.
I like that actually.
So
You-
basically, Europe was like, Apple, quit farting around.
yeah.
Get on it, or we'll sue you.
And now
I'd
we're
like to see
good.
him try.
They don't want to
Imagine
be
a whole
sued.
continent suing you. It's crazy.
It is really scary.
Just don't show up.
Here's another thing that I've been like having a lot of issues with.
Sure.
Like every goddamn day, I get a text message from my dad or my mom with just numbers on a fucking TV saying, "Can you activate my Hulu? Can you activate my Netflix? Whatever." Netflix really, really peeing me out right now. Oh my god,
Really?
I did not realize because I had the family thing, right?
Mhm.
But it's like, oh, well, they don't live here, right? They're not a part of the
Yeah,
Netflix
they're not part of the
household.
domicile.
And it's like, okay, but that like, I thought family plans you would just add somebody and they'd be on your shit and you would pay extra
Used
for
to
that.
be, yeah.
And now it's just all like, no, they have to live with you.
Spotify does this too.
I don't know why. Spotify, like, I feel makes a bit more sense. But no, but here's the thing. Spotify, I think Joey's mom is on my Spotify.
That makes sense,
And she's
yeah.
using it over there.
Mrs.
She doesn't
T.
get notifications that, like, hey, you're not around.
Well, there's different.
The
Spotify
domicile.
has a household plan and then a family plan.
So Netflix, I thought we were all on a family plan. Oh, I'll add you on my thing. You can log in over there. But then the last month or so, every day, if I'd log in, they'd get a notification. They'd be logged out. Then they would have to log back in. They don't log me out. And I finally realized, oh my God, they are making this just a household thing. If somebody's logging in a city away, they're going to be like, no, you're not in that household.
You just started having this problem?
Yeah,
Oh,
just
interesting.
recently.
Because I stopped. I had to get kicked off of my mom's Netflix because we were having that problem like a year ago. So that's why, and I refused to pay that money. So that's just why we don't have Netflix.
You don't need it.
What?
We really don't.
No Netflix?
Yeah.
Blue-Eyed Samurai?
We've been fine.
Unsolved Mysteries season
Damn.
4. All right.
Nick
Right
is
now-
a new person, man.
Legitimately, right now, Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story.
Oh,
So
that's supposed to be good.
fucking
Yeah.
good.
Whoa,
Yeah.
really? The one from Dumb and Dumber?
Yes. Well, no, the one from Cable Guy.
Cable Guy, the
Yeah, yeah.
Menendez brother.
We haven't gotten to
Whoa.
that part yet of the
what?
like. Okay, so everybody's
Because the Menendez brothers are the ones that killed their
strap
parents,
in,
right?
strap in. Yes, they are.
Right.
And if you remember, that was like before OJ, a big cultural
Yeah,
court
so it was
TV
a very,
milestone.
very big moment.
Cable Guy has a parody of it where Ben Stiller plays two twins in it, and they're like everybody wants to watch it, and it's like so there's like in the background of the movie, like it's not like the real plot of the movie,
Okay.
it's like the thing, and then at the very
In
end,
the movie Cable Guy.
yeah, in the
Okay.
movie, the Cable Guy,
Which is
yeah.
the Jim Carrey movie.
Correct, yeah,
Yeah.
with Matthew
Matthew
Broderick.
Broderick,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Anyways, though, this is a 9-part series. Jen turned it on.
We don't, it gotta be that long.
Too many
That's too long.
parts.
I agree it's long, but it's fucking superb, and it's like it's one you have to watch all the way through. Right now, we're just about to start episode 7. We started on Friday, so that's a big thing for us that we've done this. We're staying up late.
Ooh.
Saturday night, Jen was like, "Let's order some wings." It was like 10:30. It's like,
Wow,
"Fuck yeah!
fucking
Who are
awesome.
we? We're gonna regret this decision in the morning with this kid on death's door, just wanting to watch cars." You know what I mean?
It would have been fine if you could have logged in.
I mean, come on, you know what I mean? If
Easy
it's one of those things,
peasy.
if I could have done that, said it, forget it. Maybe I could have talked to the hospital, talked to the doctor. You know what I mean?
get through
Instead
that
of
one
just
doctor that
moaning
could have
about
done it.
Lightning McQueen. He
Mater.
just wanted to know what Michael
Where's
Caine's
Mater?
Michael Caine's car was up to. He wanted to see the wasabi joke. I know so much about cars too.
Is there nothing more exciting than when Jen is like, let's get wings tonight?
Oh no, it's not. I guess this is why we fell in love. You
That
know what I
sounds
mean?
so amazing.
But anyways, the show is really good. It's not fictional is not the right word, but it's acted. I thought when she started at night one, her and Lucy, I was expecting a documentary,
Okay.
9-part. I mean,
That's why it's 9 parts.
yeah, exactly. It's
I was gonna say,
actually
it's a fucking
acted.
9-part documentary about this. I'm like, we're getting a little long.
No. And episode 5
Even
is
OJ
fucking
Simpson
insane.
documentary was like 3 parts. wasn't it?
Episode 5 is like one of those, like, you know how we all watch The Bear? And you're
Is
like,
that where it happens?
It was no, well, episode 1, I think it happens.
Oh, okay.
But they go back a couple times. But episode 5, no spoilers, is just like one of those one take things where like, holy shit. And so basically it's like one scene for 35 minutes. There's just like a slow zoom. It's ridiculously good.
No, okay.
Yeah. But I
oh,
highly,
wow.
highly
Seeing it.
recommend
I
it.
I'll
got a
give it a
late
shot.
text because of this update.
Say
The
Ben was
iOS
sick.
update, I guess, that you had, Greg, that
Sure.
Ben was sick.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Sorry, they got caught in the cloud.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I guess so.
Yeah,
the old
yeah,
clown.
yeah,
When
yeah.
does this Mr. McMahon thing come out?
Wednesday.
This Wednesday.
Also very interested in that one. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Had a. Now, Tim, you mentioned Nick
Netflix is great.
Is a changed human being.
Yeah.
And I want you to know how wrong you are. I want you to know how absolutely fucking wrong you
Okay.
are.
Please tell me how.
Because I have now moved totally over to digital. I've cut the cord. No Comcast anymore, as you know. That happened a while back.
It's 2024. Okay, wait, a while
Happened
back.
a while back.
Okay,
Happened
I
a
didn't
year or
hear
two
about
ago.
that.
We're
Okay,
fine.
good. Thank God.
Got the YouTube TV, got the Apple TV Plus. Loving life.
Okay.
Okay. But recently I've been doing this thing where I've been popping onto YouTube TV,
Mm-hmm.
finding movies that are on AMC or TNT, adding them to my library, and then watching them with commercials.
Why?
And literally, Tim, last night, I had to go to a show, and I added, because we were watching it earlier, Fast and Furious was on. And I was like, fuck, I haven't seen the first Fast and Furious in forever, right? I turned it on, I was like, I fucking can't believe how much I love this movie.
Of course.
It's so fun and nostalgic and so completely bad, but in the best possible way. I'm going to add it to my library. I'm going to watch it later. Because I was like, I don't think I have Peacock or whatever it's on to stream it for free. I'll just add it, right?
Why don't you have Peacock?
I think I'm logged in. I'm not logged in. I want to go through Tim.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
He was driving.
You know the process. Goddamn right.
You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna bother him with that. I only bother him when I really fucking need it because I don't want to let you know.
I
get
do
it
too.
Thank God you don't have a kid. Like,
Fucking
I've
Christ.
never once pulled Tim aside for
Jesus
ancillary bullshit. So when he gets
fucking
a text from me or if I ask him to come into a conference room, you know it's going to be real.
I can't say what you said to me today.
I
this
walk into
point,
the
took
office
10
today.
seconds,
I
and it
walk
was
into the
hilarious.
office today, and Tim's working. I'm like, "Are you busy?" I'm like, "Are you busy?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's scheduled." What you need? I'm like, "Yeah, can I get you in the conference room for a second?" So he gets up, comes in there, I shut the door, say something super offensive, then just leave.
like so offensive that like at some point we'll be able to say what it was.
No.
With
I don't think so.
Yeah, maybe
a lot
not.
of people got to sign off on that one.
You're right. You're right. Fuck.
So last
I
night,
didn't realize how bad it was. Yeah.
I get home, Tim, and all I want to do is watch Fast and Furious. And I think to myself, thank God, I DVR'd it, right? Thank God I have it added to my library on YouTube.
DVR in 2024.
Okay, fucking cue it up,
you
Andy.
T-vote it?
Starts off Universal, the awesome Fast and
I
Furious.
love
the
shitty ass logo treatment
ass
on
fucking logo
the
treatment.
shipyard things.
I'm having so much fun, and it starts off with the three badass Honda Civics, with
green
the
underglow.
and they're firing up, and every single time you hear an engine in that particular recording, it crackles really loud.
Great.
So I'm just watching this movie for 2 hours, and every time a car comes on screen in Fast and Furious, it goes to the point where Danielle wakes up out of a slumber and walks out and goes, "What the fuck is that?" And I'm like, "It's Fast and Furious."
It's my DVR copy of Fast and Furious.
So you would there's just something about the nostalgic angle
Love
of it to you where it's like
It's like stepping back into the early 2000s.
if this is being broadcast in the worst way possible, I'm gonna
Andy, what
consume
it is it's letting the TV decide what to watch for you. It's catching an animal out in the wide. Now, recently I've watched My Cousin Vinny with commercials and no swear words. Great. And then I was like, then Greg, I was like, what else could I possibly have this TV let me watch? Ghost Rider. Starring Nicolas Cage.
Why would you
I'd love
watch?
to
You know that we're gonna
it's
watch that for a review at some point.
Fucking bad.
I would love
had
to
keep
just
watching it.
dial back the time machine right now and let people watch the Thursday afternoon meeting where it came up like, oh, there's a bunch of comic book shows coming out, like Penguin. This, are we gonna watch them? And Nick was like, I don't really want to unless Tim. I'm like, what else are you gonna watch, Nick? You're the guy. You're the guy that watches everything.
That's why I said Nick is a changed person, and it's because we're doing this meeting. And I'm not trying to put you on the spot. This is all just for fun.
Look
here.
at him just fucking sipping.
But it's like I trying to get this group of guys specifically to be like, hey, what are we doing for an review? Joey, the easiest person in the world. I'm like, Joe, you want to do this? She's down for anything. Getting you guys for things. It's not that you don't want to. It's just it's a burden. You have to watch it. A whole bunch of stuff.
It'd
right?
be really easy to watch a lot of the stuff if fucking passwords weren't changing left and right. You know what I mean?
Gotta fucking hack into NORAD.
He's doing Cannonball Run over here. Can't fucking change the
what's that-
password for me.
Fucking NSA's website. I gotta hack into this thing to get my Peacock
I
log.
hate it here so fucking much. But I see what you guys want. I see people are like, we want their thoughts on Agatha. We want their thoughts on the Penguin. We
Yeah.
want all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool, I know. And I'm trying my best, like, all right, how do I finagle this so that it like makes sense for the content we're making in our schedules? Our schedules right now are batshit insane. Like Paula is ready to burst at any given moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we don't know when we're losing Kevin. Like, all of this stuff's going on. Vacations are happening. We're just trying to plan. So we're in the meeting of everybody talking about production, all right? And I'm just thinking, I'm trying to gauge interest to see where we're at. And like, I was like, there's no way I'm getting these guys to watch Agatha week to week. That's totally fine. I need them for in review. We're continuing MCU in review. That's where it all began. That shit's fucking important. But there's this other show called The Penguin on HBO that is HBO's
Rave reviews.
HBO's like Sunday night show, spectacle show, whatever the fuck you want to call it, all right? Excitement about this. A show that we want to react to every single trailer, but due to scheduling, it gets complicated. We reacted to the trailer. All of us were like, yo, that looks fucking good. That looks fucking good. That looks like appointment viewing.
Can't wait.
Appointment viewing.
Can't wait.
I bring it up to the guys. Greg, fuck yeah. My first response, get out of here, Greg. No fucking way you're watching this thing. You have a kid.
I say week to week.
You have whatever it was, right? I was like, we'll see, but I like that you're excited about it. Andy, down to clown, down for the ride. I'm sure he'd want to watch the show, but he wasn't planning on watching it, is what he said, which I was a little surprised by. Gotta be honest.
Okay, I did walk into work on Thursday. I said, nobody tell Tim because I don't want to commit to this.
I was in the room for this.
But I watched episode 1 of Penguin, and I really, really liked it. But don't tell Tim because I don't because right now I'm in the situation where Tim has me on like
questionable.
Andy may be on the bench, and I wanted to stay in that status, but I really, really why wasn't there an episode 2 last night? By the way,
It's going to be Sundays from now on. Not this Sunday, though.
well, when did the first one show?
Thursday. Last Thursday.
Of course.
Oh, that's
You
stupid.
walked on a
Makes sense.
Friday.
There was some
Shit.
HBO reason of why, but going forward, it's Sunday every week.
And also, in my mind, I was like, IGN gave it a 5 out of 10. I'm sure everybody else is going to give it like a 6 or a 7, or that. It doesn't seem like I need to watch this show. And I really, really enjoyed it. I actually really liked it. But-
So I look at Nick, and I thought Nick was the one I wasn't going to need to convince to watch
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell as the
SWAT's
Penguin.
Colin Farrell.
This thing,
Daredevil's Colin
Phone
Farrell.
booth.
I have
with Nick.
never seen Nick less interested in something. Because the funniest thing, I don't know, maybe it was just the timing of the day or how the conversation was going or like catching you off guard. I don't think I've ever asked you about an in review that you were like, no, ever. Not a single time. You're always like, I love watching things. I don't care what it is. Good, bad, I'm fucking in. Do you want to watch this show that I'm sure you're going to love? And you're just like, wasn't planning on it.
Now, that's so here. Now let me again. I misremember things all the time. So please, you guys were all in the room when this happened.
Yeah.
But I believe the way you phrased the question was, Nick, were you planning on watching this show? And I was like, no, I wasn't planning on watching it like week to week, dedicated. I'm sure at some point it's on. I'll probably end up watching it. But unless we have to watch stuff here, I watch it at my own leisure so I can actually like enjoy it, right? So no, it popped up and I was like, sure. But I haven't watched House of the Dragon yet. But I tell you what I did watch last night.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
2 nights ago. I'm sorry, 2 nights ago. My apologies. 2 nights ago. I recorded License to Drive starring the two Corys.
I fucking hate
shit.
you.
Starring
God
the two
damn it.
Corys.
Yeah.
I wish I could knock you off a building. I hate you so much.
How was it?
Bad. It's not a good movie.
Tim, you are not wrong though. Like there have been times you walk up to Nick and you're like, "Hey, do you want to watch like whatever fucking movie for an in review?" And Nick is like, "Yeah, sounds good. I'm in." And like it could be something that doesn't really sound, appealing whatsoever. But the Penguin, Tim is so right that Nick was like, "I mean, yeah, I wasn't really planning on it."
It was like the entire meeting. Like, was like, you're like, wait, what? Everybody in the room was like, what? You're not gonna watch it?
I just haven't thought about it since we watched the trailer. That's why I was like, it's on. I'm like, I'll watch it.
But
Okay,
I also
again,
know how you
let me
feel
preface.
about-
I will watch anything. I love doing.
I know,
interviews.
I know.
fucking love it. I will watch anything that's good, bad. I don't care. I will absolutely do
Three-finger
that.
scale.
This was just one of those where I think I've just been out of the HBO Max like mix for a while.
Yeah, that's hard to get back into.
I mean, but I'll definitely watch it. I say as right now. I will swear to the
Imagine if
audience,
you'd
I
have
will
watched
watch
House of
the
the
show week
Dragon.
to week. What's that?
If you watched House of the Dragon, you would have been in the HBO mix.
I
what
probably
gets you.
would
That's what
have.
gets you.
I probably would have. I'm sure I watched something. on
But
HBO
honestly, leading up to this, all I could think of was Batman had like a fucking Owlin. What's his name? Who's the butler?
Alfred.
Oh my god.
An
I'm
owl?
Yeah,
Good old Alan.
They had an Alfred show. They had a fucking Joker show at one, or did they? I don't know. But it's like whenever a
Pennyworth, right?
comic book franchise tries to give me the non-comic book character show in that, like, I don't want these outside characters.
I'm so with you, but this is Matt Reeves. This is like from in the Robert Pattinson
Yeah.
universe, and like this one's different. Like this one's an HBO thing. It's not CW. It's
But
not.
again, that
freaking
5 out of 10
sci-fi.
really like turned me off.
6 out of 10.
Now,
Oh, it was a
do
6. Oh, I thought IGN gave it a
IGN
5.
constant-
No, they gave
doing-
Transformers a 5 out of 10.
Do I get any?
What?
They gave Transformers 1 a 5 out of 10. Andy, we're gonna
Don't
give our
spoil it. I
thoughts on
haven't seen it
interview
yet. I haven't seen it
tomorrow.
yet.
but-
I haven't seen it. I'm
What's
seeing it
going
tonight.
on? What's in the
Seen it
water?
tonight.
I've been warning y'all.
I said that
None
website.
of you were there for the Ghostbusters versus Madam Web conversation,
they
so
nailed
I'm
all
not
that.
backing any of you up on
nailed
this.
that.
They all
They nailed
suck,
that.
apparently.
Now, Tim, I don't want to throw gasoline on the fire here, but I did actually misspeak recently. We went and saw Beetlejuice for the in review.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the process of going to see that movie. I had fun watching the movie. We had fun doing the in review. Critiques notwithstanding. Come home, Danielle's like, "Where's Beetlejuice?" It's like, fire up the HBO Max. Start watching that. What does it go right into? The 1989 Batman. Watch that whole movie. Could use that time to probably watch The Penguin.
That's fine.
Don't care.
Yeah.
Also watch
Don't care.
Also on the plane ride to Italy. Actually, on the plane ride back to Italy for my vacation, Danielle's like, "What do you want to watch? You want to watch something together?" I was like, "I kind of want to watch The Dark Knight Rises because it was on." So we watched Rises. She's like, we should watch The Dark Knight now. And I was like, "Fuck yeah, we should." So we're like going backward now, watching the Dark Knight movies, which is fun.
One of the kids in the Menendez movie, he's very much Christian Bale. Like his whole performance and the way and it's very intense, but like there's parts where like, oh man, he's doing Bruce Wayne right now and he's getting crazy. I'm like, oh, you're American Psycho right now.
Yeah. Great movie.
Yeah, something there. Both.
So this Menendez thing is on Netflix.
Correct, yeah.
Do you remember the Menendez brothers?
I mean,
Lyle and Earl?
I legitimately only
The name's Lyle and what? Tommy?
Shut up!
Tommy Menendez.
I only remember them because of the cable guy and me thinking that it was. I didn't understand that it was a parody at that time or whatever, but I remember being like 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, 5, 6, 7.
That's been the interesting thing for me watching this, of course, is that I remember it from like a 7 to 8 year old perspective, right? If I remember it being on the news and I remember they killed their parents, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the show does such a brilliant job of, hey, look at these two doofuses that killed their parents, da da da. And then it right turns like, oh my God. And then it's like, then you start doing the whole thing of like, oh, did we as a like world, I don't want to get into it. A lot of trigger warnings out there for every kind of abuse. I'll leave it at that. Where you're like, oh shit, did we get it? This isn't black and white like it seemed like it was. Oh fuck, you know what I mean?
wow.
Kind of thing. Yeah. So it's
They
really,
weren't-
really, really.
I've never heard about
that
this.
Came out of the blue.
Like that does not sound familiar at all. But my cousins are Lyle and Eric. That's weird.
Have you talked to them recently?
No.
Okay, you might want to hit him up. They might
They
be
had
in
a
jail
pen.
still.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
That's a
Again,
huge
it was
thing.
like
Yeah.
OJ before OJ. Right?
Yeah.
I remember that's what it was. Where everybody was watching
I
on
remember
court TV.
Barbara
and stuff.
Walters talking about it. A whole
How can we
bunch.
forget Barbara Walters?
Did your family ever call him Baba Wawa?
Yeah, from SNL.
Is that what that was?
Yeah. Gilda Radner. That's how she would do it. Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
man, I tell you what, I saw the fucking preview for that movie.
I was gonna say if you saw the movie, I was gonna be like,
no,
about
gosh,
it.
no. I'm so excited about that.
Yeah. What's it? Live from New York? Is that what it is? Or
I think it's
Saturday
called
night.
Saturday Night.
Saturday
yeah.
night? Okay. When's it out?
I
Soonish.
don't know.
Good
It's
question.
like an
I
impromptu
think-
screencast. Look at us. Shut up, Reddit.
I
I'll
wanna
tell
see
you.
it.
I'll tell
Me
you
too,
what.
Riley.
As me and Tim sat down for Transformers 1,
Is this when Tim looked at a desperate text from me and then just put it in his pocket? Didn't even respond.
he looked at it and threw his
SOS,
phone away.
help, locked in backup car.
Only you can save son.
Krypton dying.
As we sat down for Transformers 1, which is not a 5 out of 10, but we'll talk about that later. Saw a preview for a movie that at any moment I was expecting for the facade to be broken and to be shown that this isn't a real movie. This is an advertisement
Cut.
for cut, and they go,
Is it the Minecraft movie?
no, it is
That shit
a
looks terrible.
it is a movie
Do
starring
you remember the name?
Red One,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Christmas movie starring The Rock.
The Rock, Chris
Evans.
Chris Evans,
Yeah.
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons.
Can we watch
Lucy
it? Or
Liu?
Is this a claim situation where we get in
Lucy
trouble? You
Liu's
think?
in it.
Can we watch it? Can we rant?
I don't know. I don't know.
I just do yourself a favor and watch it because at any moment I felt like this feels like a Super Bowl commercial,
Gotcha.
or at any moment again, like Tim just mentioned, the director's gonna go cut, and then suddenly it's gonna show
Capital
like the
One
whole
commercial
set,
or something like that.
and Chris
yeah.
Evans is gonna be like, I just don't, this isn't working for me or whatever, or that was all gonna be part of a fake movie within the trailer that like
Right.
the real movie's about.
Or he's down on his luck or
Dude,
whatever. He
it-
finds love. It's a Christmas movie.
I couldn't believe what I was watching. It felt like an SNL skit. It felt
But I
like
want to
a
watch it
digital
now.
short.
What happened, Tim? We don't make money. They won't take it down.
We could also, like,
react to
cut
things
it
all
out
the
post.
time.
I mean, fuck it. Yeah, let's do it.
Now, don't let me guilt you into something.
We're here.
I don't want you to hold
know
this
what I
against
mean?
my son next time.
Yeah,
he's trapped,
okay.
trapped
Yeah.
underneath a car.
Yeah, because
He
you guys
comes
have
up.
not seen this trailer, right?
No.
I have,
Oh, okay.
actually.
Can
yeah.
can the podcast thumbnail and title be called like Kind of Funny reacts to the Red One trailer, and it's like an hour 40 minutes before we begin. And it's just like the Greg face watching
I
this
would
trailer.
love that.
It is really, really shocking and pretty bad.
497,
No, this is not how it started off.
498.
It was just Chris Evans, man.
Yeah.
And then like The Rock coming in was kind of like
It was a reveal.
It was a reveal in the trailer.
And it got us, Andy. I'm not gonna lie. When we were watching this trailer, we were both just like, "This is crazy," right? And the people just kept coming. And when The Rock came out, it was a moment of like, "What is
Yeah,
this?"
that's
you know?
what, The Rock popping out was the moment that I was like, "There's no way this is real." Like him popping out
doesn't
in that
help-
moment felt fake.
It doesn't help also that the title's Red 1, and he also did Red Notice, and that movie
Yeah,
was
I
fucking
thought it was
terrible
somewhere tied into
also.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, this
Yes,
is
this
it.
is the one. Thank you.
Yeah, this is
Barry.
what I've seen.
I miss him in Marvel movies.
Yeah, we're never getting him back.
I thought it was Jason Bourne for the thing.
My keys.
You guys suck at shocking each other.
Hi, Jack.
In that moment, I went,
That was funny.
Cool place.
Welcome to the North Pole.
Come again?
Last night, Red One, also known as St. Nicholas of Myra, was abducted.
Are you saying Santa Claus has been kidnapped?
You're the best tracker in the world. You're gonna help us find him.
I work alone.
I don't know what you guys are talking
They
about.
found him.
I'm not gonna like you. I can tell right away. Out of everyone here, I like you the least. Garcia?
Fuck yeah, let's go.
Should we do the thing? I'm afraid we're gonna have to.
You're mine until we find him.
Oh, God!
I suggest you get going.
Claus!
Of course.
We doing some last-minute Christmas shopping?
Toy stores.
Toy stores what?
The supply closets are portal stations for the North Pole transit system.
It's the song, too, that really is not helping
We're
it.
gearing up.
Hot Wheels, nice. Ben's gonna love this. If Tim lets him do that
I
one.
adjusted its reality.
And does that...
No, it doesn't work on everything. No, you can't try it. No, you can't drive. No more questions. Now get in.
Is this the movie that The Rock would make everybody wait for? When he would get to set like 5 hours later or some shit? Seems to be some sort of Krampus
I might
character.
just go back to the car.
We are 24 hours to Christmas.
We need to find it.
Like, there's so much more style to this that I feel like it requires.
Yeah, it doesn't really need any of this.
I'm not gonna say that.
Things are about to get real. Cover us.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots started fighting.
Audio listener. Wait, no, I want to know when it's coming out.
We got snowmen!
Shit, that guy got frozen. He's dead. Back's broken.
Well, it was nice to meet you, Cal. Good luck with everything.
November 15th, I'm there.
No, you're not.
I'm there. That seems like me and Roger go there on lunch. All right,
Oh
we're
my
gonna go see
God.
that movie.
Yeah, just what a trailer, though. Just filled with twists and turns where it just keeps getting more like, how is this actually being made and funded? And you see the $7 thing in the beginning, you're like, something's going on here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
What's
that's-
$7 up to?
$7, the mark of quality.
Yeah,
Wait,
definitely.
what's $7?
That's Rock's.
That's
Rock's
Rock's
production company.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
it's,
gotcha.
it's always. in
Oh, because he
everything
came to
has.
America with $7.
Yeah.
That's why. Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So that was a trailer we saw. We also
It
saw
didn't
a
look as
trailer.
bad as you made it sound.
Oh yeah,
like it was
no, real
going to.
talk. Like whatever. It like again, they put. There's
It's like a
too much
modern day
effort.
Santa Claus.
I don't know that I'd go that far. You know what I mean? But they put enough effort into that it, like it's gonna be its own thing. I don't know that thing's gonna be great, but like I don't think that's gonna be the worst movie of all time.
Yeah.
But we saw another trailer for a movie that's based on a classic kids book that I was unaware of, but it changed my mind watching this. It's called Dog Man.
Dog Man?
Yeah.
I must have missed this one.
Oh, I think it was the first trailer that they played.
Okay.
So it's from the I might get some of this wrong, but it's from the creator of Captain Underpants.
Sure.
Okay.
The plot of it is there's a cop and he has a dog,
Sure.
and then they get into a really bad accident and they go to the hospital, And they're like, well, shit, you lost your head and you lost your body. What are we going to do? So they put the dog's head on the man's body, and now it's just a dog cop man. Like, that's it.
Does he think like the man or like the
I
dog?
don't know anymore. Can I see this trailer?
This trailer sounds more
This is
fun.
a great kind of funny
sounds
podcast.
awesome.
Let me see the dog man trailer, please.
How does he wear his
Show,
pants?
show me to me, Rachel.
You can do that meme.
Cozy Bear says the trailer is great, and Greg, Ben is going to love this one.
Yeah, honestly.
So I
this-
assume it's animated?
yeah,
Okay.
it's that cool, like, that Spider-Verse before Spider-Verse style, like the Peanuts movie did.
Yeah.
Or not Peanuts.
Sort of stop
Yeah,
motion-y, CG
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Pretty sick. But yeah, the trailer got a couple laughs out of me. Not afraid to admit it.
What's going on with this? The robot movie, DreamWorks. Everybody's loving it. What's
Are
going
they?
on?
Lupita Nyong'o?
I've
That
heard
one,
bad
or no?
things about it.
Oh, I've
Wild
heard
Robot?
Only, Wild Robot. I've only heard good things.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Interesting. Also, I'm gonna veto the Dogman one. That is universal, and that will get
That'll
us.
get us.
What about
Can I get
Thunderbolts?
a
haven't
photo-
watched that
can I
yet.
get a
Yeah, we watched
screenshot?
Thunderbolts, and we should do that. This is what? It's a kind of podcast. We're taking over.
I guess, yeah. Well, no, let's not do Thunderbolts. They're going to get us.
I just want a
They're gonna get us.
screenshot of Dogman
Yeah,
Bear whenever
I'm
you get a
pulling one
chance.
up.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, I want to see what this looks like. I'm confused and befuddled.
Well, this
Yeah.
happens too.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I've seen Dogman.
Okay, it's
Okay,
kinda cute.
I didn't know that this was his backstory. Is that his head was attached to a human body?
Yeah.
what
That's
happens.
weird.
I mean, you said the creator of Captain Underpants, but I still imagined it way more like realistic.
Yeah,
looking,
me
and
too.
so
I thought it was gonna be
the
horrifying.
image- yeah, it was a lot of body horror going on in my head.
Jesus
I love
Christ.
this sort of 3D style.
It's cool, man.
Adorable. It's really cute.
Excited to see Super Slash Man, the Christopher Reeve
What's the
documentary.
deal on this? Getting amazing
100% Rotten
reviews.
Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Documentary about Christopher Reeve, right?
Looks
No,
like-
but sorry,
looks like I'm
what's
gonna
the
cry the entire time?
Release date for this?
Oh, I think it's already the first one already happened. They're doing like one of those limited run things. So it was. I want to say I'm probably gonna get the dates wrong. I want to say it was like September 21st and then like September 24th, maybe. That's what theaters just those nights. So then my hope is it'll be on demand pretty quickly that I can just pick it up and watch.
I
that.
saw it's like the first thing to have the new DC logo before it,
Nice.
which is fun.
Oh, that's
Deservedly
nice.
so.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool. Yeah, so Benner sent in the chat saying that Wild Robot has 83 Metacritic, 98 Rotten Tomatoes. I'm so surprised because the trailers look bad, and then I know a handful of people, including Matt Rohrbeck and them, who were like, this is not it. So, and I trust them implicitly.
Well, you used to say that about IGN. Look how that turned out.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
IGN gave this one an 80.
Okay.
Or an 8 out of 10.
Let's
There
see.
you go.
Let's strap in and see. I can't wait to see who the reviewer was at IGN and relate it, because that's the missing thread here. Is the individuals responsible for
Yeah,
this?
of course.
you
It's
know?
all subjective, right?
Yeah.
You walk in.
Absolutely.
You
Or,
like it, you like it, you
it's an
don't like it.
organized thing from Pear.
Oh,
It's
you
one
think
of
it's
the
an
two
attack on
options.
the industry in general?
Yeah.
The industry.
I think it's
possible.
attack on Greg Miller.
I mean, now it's an attack on you guys.
It's not
So
on all of
literally-
us.
This makes a lot of sense, of course. Next year, our 10-year anniversary, right? This year would be then our 10-year anniversary of being like, hey, maybe we should leave and we'll start working on leaving.
Yeah.
Pear's waited this long in the weeds, and now every
Long
movie
con.
we like this year, he's having people torpedo out there with 5s and 4s.
Yeah, that'd be cool if he thought about us at all.
We called him on a show the other day. He's
Did we?
hard not to think of us.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
you know what I mean?
Good. Yeah,
We like
definitely
to think.
harassed the man.
I just
What are you
can't
gonna do?
fathom a world in which Transformers 1's a 5 out of 10. Like, that is.
Well, here's my thing.
such-
Here's my
The
thing.
lowest,
If you just
7.
if
For
you
reals.
told me based off of the trailers, I would have said it's lower than
But
that.
these, no,
The
they
trailers
saw
are
the movie.
fucking terrible.
Like, I would give the trailers a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, they were bad. So, I mean,
But that's not how they write reviews at
You coming
IGN,
back
Nick.
and being like, "Hey, I saw the movie and it was actually really, really good." That's shocking to me.
Yeah.
Shocking to me. But hey, I mean, I'm seeing it tonight, so
Can't wait.
We're going to talk about it this week. I'm excited. You and I usually are pretty. Yeah, we're pretty
I don't know.
eye to eye on
it's
stuff.
all over the place with stuff. I think it's depending on the movie. But again, going in on
Usually-
the Andy, you give your thoughts without giving your thoughts on the movie. Give your thoughts on Nick's thoughts that haven't happened yet.
Knowing Nick's thoughts on the Lego movies, this movie has
No,
the
wait, 'cause
tone
I
of
have-
a Lego movie.
Okay, but I'm split on the Lego movies.
Oh.
I do not like the Lego movie, but I fucking love Lego Batman.
Oh, I thought it was vice versa.
No, the first Lego movie was like, everything is awesome. Every time that happens, I want to put a fucking nail through my head because it's the most grating thing I've ever heard in my entire life. But every single line in Lego Batman makes me laugh really, really hard.
Okay. I mean, it's definitely not there in terms of quality, but they're going for that sort of vibe, and it gets really, really hype.
I'm fine with it. Hey,
yeah.
I like that style of humor of kind of dry but funny. Like I'm in for it. If Tim told me to give it a fair shake, I'm giving it a fair shake.
I'm
That's the
excited
best
for
I
the
can do.
shake.
Now
Just expect the tone. Don't expect like the execution
Can
to
I
be
tell
quite
you
there, but
something,
it's
though?
still good.
Can I tell you something, Andy?
Yeah, man.
Thought about you the other
Tell me.
day. I go to see Beetlejuice, right? First showing I want to see, 11:15 Alamo Draft House. No good tickets for it. It's one of those. It's in the tiny theater that has like 5 seats. And then it said brunch, and Dee was like, I don't know what that means. And I was like, I don't know what it means either. She wanted chicken wings. I was like, I'm not going to take you to a place that doesn't have chicken wings. So where's the other showing? Well, it's at 10:45 at Stonestown, Regal Cinemas. She's never been there before.
They got wings?
No, but they got real crunchy popcorn.
Really good crunchy
Real
popcorn.
crunchy popcorn.
Yeah.
And Dee was like, I like this theater. I like the vibe of this place. And it's now her new favorite theater.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Well, it also helps that there was not another soul in the movie theater
Oh.
to ruin the
Always
experience
great.
with us.
Always
It was
great.
nice. Yeah.
Well, I was pleasantly surprised by something that we'll talk about after a word from our sponsors.
Because, of course, this is the Kind of Funny podcast each and every week. 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table, each coming to hang out with each other and catch up because they love one another. Except Tim, who hates all of us and our children. If you love us, you should pick up the Kind of Funny membership. Of course, with the Kind of Funny membership, you can get all of our content across Kind of Funny ad-free. That's more than 20 shows a week. Of course, you could get shows like this live as we record them privately in the afternoon, just like Jenny, who is Send Nuggies. Oh, look at that. Send Nuggies put their actual name in there now. They don't want to just be Nuggies. Jenny, I like that. Congrats to you, Jenny. AKA Send Nuggies. You could be watching live just like Jenny is. And of course, you could get your daily dose of me in a series we call Greg Way that goes live each and every weekday only for people who have the membership from patreon.com/kindoffunny or youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. However, no big deal if you don't have the bucks toss our way. You know how to do it. Like, subscribe, share, podcast services, and so on. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Daryl Levine, James Hastings, Casey Andrew, Carl Jacobs, and Nathan Lamoth. Today, we're brought to you by Shady Rays and Hymns. And hey, let's hear from them right now.
It's been a long, beautiful summer for PC gaming, and our friends at NVIDIA GeForce want you to have a stellar fall with these game titles, all enhanced with RTX game technology. First up, Kratos has returned to your PC with God of War Ragnarok. When you fire up your desktop rig with GeForce RTX 40 series, you can take advantage of AI-boosted DLSS 3 to play at 4K with max settings up to nearly 200 frames per second, thanks to a 2x average performance multiplier. And with NVIDIA Reflex, you can crush those boss fights with lightning-fast response. Experience Final Fantasy XVI at its absolute best with RTX. Take on Valisthea's dominance with NVIDIA DLSS 3, which allows you to fully bump up your graphics quality to the full limit, enhanced with NVIDIA DLAA for beautiful smooth edges and still get incredible performance. And head back to the mall for the incredible experience of Dead Rising with its newly released deluxe remaster. GeForce RTX gamers can enjoy accelerated frame rates and high-performance zombie-slaying combat with both DLSS 3 and Reflex tech in-game. This episode's brought to you by Shady Rays. Get ready for the season ahead with quality shades built to last. Our friends over at Shady Rays have you covered with premium polarized shades that won't break the bank. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company that offers an unrivaled product that's just as good as any expensive pair that we've worn. Durable frames and world-class optics for all outdoor adventures. With an extensive array of styles and colors, you're bound to find the perfect pair of Shady Rays sunglasses. Y'all know I've been outside a lot in the sun playing some Pokemon Go, and it's such a great experience wearing my Shady Rays when I'm out and about looking dope. Every pair of sunglasses is backed by lost or broken replacements. If you lose or break your pair, even on day one, they told us they will send you a brand new pair, no questions asked. Exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal. Head to shadyrays.com and use code KINDAFUNNY for 50% off 2 or more pairs of shades. You can try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Shadyrays.com, use code KINDAFUNNY for 50% off 2 or more pairs of shades. This episode is brought to you by Hymns. Guys, sometimes intimate moments happen spontaneously, and we'll always want to be ready so we can perform in the bedroom. Hymns has treatments that can help you stay hard and last longer, giving you that boost of confidence, so you can be ready whenever the mood strikes. Hymns is changing men's healthcare by providing access to affordable sexual health treatments, all from the comfort of your couch. No insurance is needed. Pay one low price for your treatments, online visits, ongoing shipments, and provider messaging. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/kindafunny. That's HIMS.com/kindafunny for your personalized ED treatment options. hims.com/kindafunny. The products mentioned are chewable compounded products, which are not approved by or verified for safety or effectiveness by the FDA. Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions, details, and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Tell you what, I walk into that Metreon theater for Beetlejuice. I noticed something. There's a vibe Vibe's different in this whole mall.
There's a possum.
No.
No.
That's what I thought at first, though. But I walked into this little
Most
like
likely.
food court, and I felt something was different.
Oh, no Sbarro.
I went up that freaking escalator.
Mhm.
I like walking up the escalator as well. Feels like I'm getting there faster.
Oh, but it's still moving.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like a people mover at the
Yeah,
airport.
exactly. Upwards though.
You feel like a
And then
superman.
I get my popcorn. I get my little cup. Go get myself a little soda. Even though I hate these freaking freestyle machines.
Oh, they're horrible.
Oh, whoa. This is a new freestyle machine. Tim.
Oh, shit.
No more shitty capacitive touch screen where you're having to
Fucking
push down on it harder.
fist
There's
that
Knuckle
thing.
that
the,
thing.
it may have changed my opinion on freestyle. And maybe, look, I haven't really done a whole lot of the freestyle flavor
Research,
mixing
yeah.
because initially my biggest problem with it was that the cherry Coke is just some shitty cherry flavoring that you're putting inside of a normal Coke or whatever. But the experience, the UI, the UX means user experience, Greg.
Yeah, I know.
And I would put it really, really high up there now. These new machines, pretty fucking cool.
Explain what's different. I don't understand what's happening.
So remember the old remix machines
Yeah,
with
the
the
giant
shitty,
circle, I
awful
hated this
touch
crap.
screens,
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
like you would sometimes just hit it and it just felt like touching like
Yeah.
the old
Yeah.
first touch
Like an
screen. This is
ATM
like
machine.
this is like a big old
The
iPad.
worst.
It's
The
just
worst.
Oh, nice.
you don't got there's no pressure sensitivity. It's just bam bam bada bing bada boom. Maybe with wear and tear the thing will
Sure.
probably
Yeah.
feel like garbage in about a year or whatever. But when we tried it out at Beetlejuice the other day, very, very surprised
What did
in
it look
a
like?
good way. It's like all white. Yeah, that left one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that little left one in that image.
I think they have that at Five Guys. They've had that for a little bit. I like it.
Like the newest one, because like again, like the Metreon's always had those shitty old ones.
They had this new one at McDonald's recently, but R.I.P. McDonald's of Stonetown.
Yeah,
Gone.
gone.
What?
Insane. Yeah.
What?
And like this is McDonald's that like I grew up going to my entire life, and it's
That's
just
so
one day
sad.
gone. And there was a whole thing about this. McDonald's that don't have drive-throughs make 60% less money per day than ones that do.
That makes sense.
Whoa.
And now like it's the same thing with Starbucks, how they're just getting rid of all the seats on the insides of
yep.
them, and it's like they've just
Counter
the
service only.
pandemic kind of changed things, and with the amount of order and delivery and stuff, like their entire business plan's different.
That's
so.
crazy because that place was always packed whenever we would go in there.
But usually packed due to mismanagement. Usually something was wrong. Someone was yelling at someone. It wasn't packed like there was a lot of people. It was
Or
just
like high
people are
schoolers hanging
stacking
out
up.
there and not like buying
Yeah.
shit.
The whole college is emptied out, and they're over
Yeah.
there trying to get their breakfast.
I mean, that
Just
makes
gone.
sense that like one of the last McDonald's left standing is a drive-through one. In
Yeah.
the like area.
yeah.
Crazy. So one by one, dying, dead.
Dying. I
They should have
know.
brought back spicy nugs quicker.
Timothy,
Mhm.
we've had a lot of fun here today.
We have.
Of course, my son wasn't that sick. He just had a fever. He was fine.
Yeah,
And of course, you didn't know any of that stuff. And you love Ben with all your heart.
I
so
do. It's true.
It's time to get real.
Oh, fuck.
We are T-minus a week and a few days away from his birthday, believe it or not. Right? So it's time to start talking about gifts. And so I'm not trying to force anything on you, but you need to expand his Transformer collection.
Okay.
And I feel like it's only something you can do.
Okay, I like that.
Because we've had Bumblebee for a while, if you remember.
Yeah.
Bumblebee has lost an arm. I searched the house up and down and looking around. I couldn't find
That's
it
part
or
of the
whatever.
fun. That's storytelling. You
I
know what
agree.
mean?
I'm with you. I'm with you. Don't get me wrong. Especially like, and I try to pass that on to Ben because, of course, for me as a kid, that would be a no-go. Like when Wonder Woman lost her lasso, the entire birthday party stopped and my entire family was looking through the grass trying to find it, right? And then when they tried to give me a gold string, I was like, this isn't the same thing.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work that way. And like when Ben wants me to put stickers on wrong, I can't deal with it. He's fine with it. It's
get
whatever
it.
you want. It's your toy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyways,
No, I would put my foot down.
yeah, that's where you stop.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. You got to pick your battles. You know what I mean? Especially when he's this sick and he just wants to watch cars.
Yeah.
Anyways, no.
kid, you know?
So it's that thing where he's always enjoyed the Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Bumblebee's since it's shown up, but it's never been one of the favorite toys. But I've noticed it climbing the rotation, and more importantly, hey Dad, can you switch it to a car? Hey Dad, can you switch it back to Bumblebee?
Like that a lot.
So it's like I think we're primed to get another Transformer in there, but I don't know who, and I don't know which one. I don't know that
I
kind of
mean,
stuff.
so he's a Jeep boy,
he is a Jeep boy,
right? Hound is a Jeep,
Okay.
but Hound's not like popular. You're gonna find him on store shelves necessarily type guy.
okay.
you
I've
know?
never fucking heard of this guy.
He's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. We'll have to deep dive. I feel like the easiest answer is Optimus. There's a million Optimuses out there,
Yeah.
and there's
a big
that
truck.
the
He
relation
likes big
correlation to seeing him on TV. You know what I mean?
Ew.
That's Hound?
No, well, yes, this is Hound from the Abomination
guy
Michael Bay
specifically.
movies. But like, look at it. Look
Oh,
at
he
the
was
Hound.
the one who smoked the cigar.
Yeah, they're voiced by
Bender.
yes,
DiMaggio.
no,
No?
yes, no, no.
John DiMaggio is Bender.
Maybe it wasn't. I don't know.
Chad will tell us in a second.
No, he was in Roseanne.
John
John
Goodman.
Goodman?
Yes, John Goodman. I don't know why I couldn't remember his name.
Understandable.
Go one to the left of this.
I would have called that Blues Brothers
Yeah,
2000. but
he turns into a Jeep, like a real Jeep.
Okay.
you know.
This guy looks like a dork, but this guy.
I mean, with all due respect, most Transformers look like
You know
dorks.
what? It's a whole thing, Greg. It's okay.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh, man, he'd love that one. You're right.
Yeah.
That is a killer one.
right?
Yeah, okay.
So that'd be cool. I mean, they have this
Oh,
here.
would he love this one?
Turn into he's not a Jeep though. This guy turns into some bullshit. But okay, well they have a Hound available on Amazon. I like this. But
$60. I'm talking about.
it was 30. It was 30.
Oh.
The one
okay.
Transformers the movie one.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you can go to. I'm sending you to a Target, Tim. You know what I mean?
yeah, I
You-
know,
you-
but I don't want to give him some bullshit.
Whatever you wanna
know?
do, but remember-
so here's my
he's young,
question.
too. Yeah.
He's turning 3.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But also I'm getting less and less context for what that means of him as a human being.
Okay.
Because he went from like a little turd potato thing
Yeah.
to like a walking turd potato thing to like a potato, no turd, talking a
Super
little
sick,
bit.
yeah.
And now he's a human being.
Yeah, yeah.
And that all, I don't understand how far past that we are. Like, it's all in his face, Andy. I know you know what I'm talking about. He reacts to things in a way now where you see it in his in the visual triangle of his face, of the eyes, the nose, the
There's
mouth.
actually
There's
like a
recognition.
consciousness there. Yeah.
And there's
person.
yeah, and it's like seeing him react to things. I've seen it a lot now. Freaks me out a bit because I'm just like, God, he has to
You
react
remember
to
when
this
he was
guy all
not? You
day.
remember when Gia was reading him poems inside Jen's belly? So
Exactly,
it's like, yeah.
you know? So I just don't understand, like, and he's watching Cars too, but like, is he actually watching Cars? That's my question.
Yes.
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 So here's my next question.
Okay.
I know he watched Ghostbusters in theaters. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Is he too young to go see Transformers 1 in theaters?
Oof, that's tough. I would imagine so because I don't know anything
Yeah.
about Transformers 1. I don't, what's it even rated? PG? PG-13?
I think it's PG.
They
Like
say
it's
they
PG.
actually say it's the spiritual successor to the Menendez Brothers.
Every so
'Cause it's
often we'll
very
pause and
kid-
like, do you think you can see it in the mirror? You know what I mean? As we're watching something
Here's my prediction.
Okay.
If Baby Ben
Baby
were to
Ben.
go watch Transformers 1, he would then add robots and anything that looks like a robot into his sort of collection of things that I love.
He already loves robots.
Then this
He is a
the
big
movie
he is
for
a big
him.
fan of playing robot.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Where we'll be
he
there
would
and he'll
freak
go
out at this
he'll go, Daddy Robot. And I'll go, yes, Robot Benny. And we talk like robots and walk around.
I'm concerned about him being able to like sit in a theater and actually pay attention and
I don't
watch
think
a
that's the
story
thing.
that's happening.
So to jump back to your question, I would nix that because I think first off, it's always a touch of like what's going to be scary for a kid.
Yeah.
And then 2 hours of it or hour and a half,
Yeah.
whatever it's going to be. It's
a long movie.
That's a
Yeah.
long thing. Even, with the movies we watch now, when he really wants to watch something, he'll still end up getting up in the middle and
Yeah,
screwing
there's some
around.
scary stuff. But when this movie comes to streaming, I want to come over to your house or have you come to the theater and then we watch.
Okay. Yeah.
'Cause I feel like this could
especially
be-
if you can
this is the
identify
end.
like the bits, right? Because again, back to Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire, very scary, right? But he loves the Ecto-1.
Mm-hmm.
So I skipped the beginning with the firemen back in time. We just watched the car chase scene, right? And then I'll let it go a little bit further because nothing happens for a long time and
Yeah.
anything scary.
This reminds me, I totally forgot about this. I must have told the story before, probably during Transformers in Review. But when I was like probably 6 years old and Kevin was 5, we went to his cousin's house and they were, I think, 3 and 4. And I brought over Transformers, the movie, like the 80s one, and we put it in. Within 10 minutes, both these kids burst into fucking tears. Out, like, not just, it wasn't even just Optimus dying. It was Unicron coming in and like sucking the
just
whole
scary
planet
as
and
fuck.
eating them all. And they
That's not
started
scary.
crying. And then I got in trouble. And that was the most pissed off I've ever been that early in my life. Like, I remember being like, fuck these fucking kids. I just want to watch Transformers. Like, grow the fuck up. Deal with it. It's a cartoon, you little shits.
Yeah.
That didn't go over well with anybody.
Yeah,
You know what
no,
I mean? They're like,
That's how
Yeah.
Tim's gonna
this-
act with Ben.
But back to him growing up. You're like, does he watch Cars 2? Does he watches everything. He listens to everything you do, right? This is him holding one of his favorite books right now, the Little Golden Book, the Pokey Little Puppy. right?
Pokey Little
the
Horse.
Pokey Little Puppy, like a 1946 classic. Or
Oh,
whatever.
okay.
It's one of those old golden books, right?
That
But it's
sounds
him
familiar.
paging through it and reciting it. He's just memorizing. He can't read, right? But he looks like he's reading it.
Are you doing when asked another? And now they went to see Roly Poly, Pam, and
And like, I understand that doesn't seem impressive, but like he's reciting it, like the roly poly, pell mell, the Pokey
this
Little
guy.
Like
Okay.
he knows the fucking story and all the
Now,
things.
is
It's
that,
really
do
weird.
you think it's because he has your ridiculous memory?
Maybe. Oh, but Jen made a great comment because we sent the video. It was right after Lucy left that we did this was happening, so we sent it in the group chat, and Jen was just like, "Imagine having a blank slate where you could just memorize this stupid book." You know what I mean?
That's what you're
And
doing.
then also, there's obviously every day Ben does something that I'm like is wholly ordinary but amazing for a kid or whatever. This is him beating an egg when he's actually doing it. Whereas like before it was like I'd have to hold the bowl and he'd put the thing in there and
I
then
can't even do that.
knock the egg out or whatever. But here he is just really whisking an egg and holding a bowl all by himself to do the egg wash on this thing Jen's making or whatever. It's like super ridiculous again of just like to your point of like from potato mode to being able to do all this different stuff and have an opinion and negotiate and navigate and have a thought and well, it's crazy.
It is crazy. Yeah.
Amazing.
Soon we'll start the whole journey again whenever Paula pops
Yeah.
and Kevin gets to do it.
See, Transformers first step, Fast and Furious second step. I don't want
Now-
to step in between.
I don't want to stop you or anything, but he's already on the Fast and Furious train. He has multiple
Spy
cars.
Chargers?
No,
Or
just
whatever Spy
just in
Chasers?
general. Since whenever you go anywhere, he's got to get a Matchbox or a Hot Wheel
Gotta do
car.
it, gotta
Yeah.
He's got multiple Fast and Furious
I
cars.
love that.
And so he'll come back over and be like, "What is this?" And I'll pick it up. I'm like, "Oh, this is the Land Rover Defender from Fast and the Furious." And he's got another one like, "Oh, this is the Fast and the Furious car Uncle
He has
Mike got
Dom's
you at
Charger?
Train Town." No, he doesn't have the Charger.
Oh man,
Dang.
I would love to
You
see
gotta go
little
Nick's
Ben
Max
walk
car stuff.
around with the
Still walking
white,
with those?
with the white tank top and the cross, the gold, the silver.
You say the
cross.
word, you know what I
Man,
mean?
that'd be awesome.
There's a Netflix show though. The Fast and Furious, I think it's called Supercharged or something like that. It's multiple seasons. I think one of them ends up being spy racers. Like they get
Okay.
real crazy with the shit, but it's a little kid show.
Okay.
Like it's made for people like Ben that are just addicted to Hot Wheels and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's Toretto's little cousin. He's out there like racing cars.
I feel like maybe way back in the day we tried, but I'll
Yeah.
try it again.
Yeah.
We gotta really. Scientists need to find out what's up with kids and cars, man. What is it?
The obsession.
Yeah.
Now, when you were a kid, were you obsessed with cars in any way?
I don't. Oh, man, I don't think so.
Because
I mean, like much later because of Fast and Furious when I was like 11 or 12 or something.
being a little kid, I mean, I was obsessed with Transformers. Like in the cars, like I was into cars because of that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have given a shit. But the thing that like made me be like, oh, I really like cars is the freaking Chevron commercials where they had eyes and shit.
Oh yeah.
And then
yeah.
at the gas,
The claymation ones. The claymation ones.
At the
Where they were Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah, exactly. And then
Wide mounts.
at the gas stations, you could buy like the playable, like big ass ones.
Yeah.
And that to me, that was the sign of wealth. That was the sign of the rich kids if they even owned a single one of these things. 'Cause
Yeah.
I just got to see it. You know what I mean? But I became obsessed with the idea of like cars that could talk, which I guess Transformers just makes a lot of sense. But
Sure.
that's why I'm like, I look at Ben and I look at like Curran's kid, Jax, who's freaking addicted to cars as well. The Disney cars, Pixar cars. Like, I think there's just something about talking
Ben would
cars.
love to be addicted if he could get into the fucking Disney Plus, you know?
Man, it'd be great.
Talking cars with eyes, man.
Yeah.
Goes far.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
look, they've
definitely.
been popular forever, right? Since at least the 80s, and they
Yeah.
just keep going. There's something enduring. Maybe it's because kids ride in cars a lot. Like you see, as a child, you probably see a car every single day.
Yeah.
And so maybe you think like this is my opportunity to do that. I don't know. There's something tactical.
Cars are
about it.
cool, right? I mean, they're colorful, they're cool. You can throw them, you can do the tracks, like you can
Hot Wheels,
crash them.
yeah.
That was the thing for me is I don't remember being super into cars, but I do remember liking Micro Machines, and I do remember
I love
they
Micro
introduced at
Machines,
one
yeah.
point Hot Wheels that when you hit them together, their front would flip, so it looked like on a car. I remember those.
I
were the
remember
coolest things.
those, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, see, I think it was always just toy specific for me. Like, I never had an obsession with cars in general. That, like, you had friends that had obsessions with the toys, and then ended up when they got their license, they're like, I'm a car guy and I'm going to do all this stuff. I never cared about that. It was always toy specific for me.
I read a lot of zoo books,
Why I have so many animals?
and then I think the one that I latched onto more, Tim, was Beast Wars.
Oh, yeah.
That was the one that got me more than any of the other Transformers did. And I remember, I think my brother had the Transformers old VHS, the first version that I I don't even remember when we watched it for Transformers in review. That was like the first time I fully, as a conscious adult, watched it. But Beast Wars was the one for me. I was just really big into animals, and then Animorphs.
Of course, yeah. It's very similar. I mean, so similar, Animorphs and Beast Wars, that they actually used the same toy sculpts. I just put a different head on it.
Oh, that's awesome.
What?
The Animorphs toy line, it was just Beast Wars.
What? Whoa.
Yeah.
Dude, what's crazy to me
That's
is
crazy trivia. I had no idea about that. Also, Zoids.
Shout out to Zoids, dude.
You ever watch Zoids? And y'all watch
Zoids was a Cartoon Network,
No.
like Toonami.
It was like robot animals.
It was Voltron, but
It
like
was so sick.
they're like,
But it was also 3D animation. And that's what blew my mind. When check this one out.
Check it.
Check this shit out.
checking it.
Johnny Quest.
Uh-huh.
Old ass show that I never watched.
I recall.
But then they made a reboot of it. And once I don't know, I couldn't even tell you like how time passed back in the day with like I don't know whether they had seasons of the old Johnny Quest show, but like once every I don't know how many times they would have an episode where it was fully in 3D, and that blew my mind. I could not like I was like I want to watch. When are they going to do another 3D episode of Johnny Quest? That's what I want to see because I was so blown away by that. By Reboot.
Oh yeah,
the Reboot TV show was so
What an era.
awesome to me. And yeah, so I think about Johnny Quest all the time having that 3D component to it, as being like amazed by it. But
You look
everything
at
else
it
is
now.
kind of like whatever.
You look at Beast Wars, and it's an abomination
yeah.
to look at.
It's
like
really
it's the most
ugly.
early 3D.
Oh,
like
sure,
it was
sure.
like Toy Story came out, and then the next year they're like, "We're gonna do that, but a TV show."
Yeah,
and it was
no,
like,
we don't have
really
bandwidth
ugly.
for that.
You know, it's always a gamble with our age differences in cartoons. I know Nick will be with me on this one, but I was surprised and delighted to find out that a cartoon from my youth that I always enjoyed hits with Ben just as hard, right? Because he's also big into dinosaurs because he's a child and this is what they all like, right? So at one point I introduced him the idea of Denver the Last Dinosaur.
Sure.
And we threw Denver the Last Dinosaur on and he was in rapture. He was just like dialed in, locked in to this dinosaur having his adventures in Southern California.
That's
By the
awesome.
La Brea tar pits.
No, on that note, it's so wild to me. Like, so Ben came over to the studio the other day, and he likes these old mask toys you mentioned earlier. That used to be me and my brothers, and I remember distinctly like getting these toys when the season, the first season of the television show dropped, and I remember getting all of them. My parents spoiled us with them, and we used to like. We asked for them for Christmas, and I remember looking at in the packages my parents had wrapped like they had hidden to see which ones we had gotten, even though they fucking, of course, my mom got all of them for us. And so flash forward 44 years later, or whatever, maybe, I don't know, 39 years later, I don't know how old I was when we got those toys. And then seeing Ben pick up that toy and be like, I'm going to go play with this. And having him like enjoy it is such a cool and special experience for me.
Yeah.
Of being like, because I look at these old toys and I think to myself, he's going to look at them and be like, this is so antiquated. It doesn't have like 90% of the cool crap that kids have now. And he picked it up and he was like, this part moves? Good enough for me.
Good enough for
you know,
me.
like you hit this
One
button and
point of
something happens,
articulation.
done.
Cool.
This is cool. And he's like, this is my new favorite thing for the next 5 seconds. And I was like, and just watching him play with those old toys that literally my brother, and like, I remember seeing my brother and I like through my own eyes playing with those things that's really, really cool.
Yeah,
Really,
it was
really cool.
super sweet. You know, I know those toys so much from the comic book studio right above over on Ocean or whatever. Where like I remember when you brought those in and put them on the walls and you told us how much they meant to you and yada 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 and like we did like little streams nerding out about them or whatever. But I also remember you were very particular about them. And I remember when Ben started coming to the office and then got old enough to move around, he'd try to go, oh, those are Uncle Nicky's, those are Uncle Nicky's. And so when he finally started, and you're like, no, it's cool. And you stop every time to play with him, which I always love. And then when you sent him home with him that last time, and then you called me the other day, we were talking about something else. And you're like, hey, by the way, does Ben still have those toys? I'm like, yeah, do you want them back? Like, he can bring them back because he still plays with them often. And you're like, no, I think I'm gonna get him more. Matt found more.
So I called my brother.
I love it.
Because I was like, oh, it's Ben's birthday coming up, right? I'm like, I know we have more of those toys somewhere. And he was like, yeah, I think we do, probably maybe at Dad's house, whatever. I was like, we'll go over to their house and check it out if you have a second. Like, no big deal. But I'd love for you to ship a few out for Ben. I don't know if he's gonna like them or not, but I know we have more of those. So my brother, a day goes by, and I'm like, I don't want to bug him with it. Like, I'll just buy some if I'll find them on eBay for like $40 or whatever it is. Matt calls me. Of course, FaceTimes me. I'm like, here we go. Here we fucking go.
Strap it.
All of our old toys laid out. And he was like, these are sick, man. These are really, really cool. And I was like, yeah, dude, that's awesome. You found them. He found all of them, right? We have like maybe 10 more of these things. But then a new wrinkle happens. Matt started sending me YouTube videos of collectors. And he's like, dude, we could get all these and collect them. I was like, no. That's not what this is about.
Yeah.
You're supposed to send me these toys
Yeah.
for a child to play with. And
Yeah.
he's like, I don't know, man. These are pretty cool. So I got to call his ass today. But like, are you fucking sending me these toys or not? Like, send me 3. He's like, which ones were yours? I was like, it doesn't matter which ones were mine.
So
Just
funny.
send me the ones I want, you fucker.
You know, I've had the moments with him of putting him in my old Proton pack, and then of course like giving him the new but old real Ghostbusters, Ecto 1, and seeing him play with that. I remember that being so crazy. But for you, like, you know, and knowing what those toys mean to you in your childhood and this stuff that went in his mind, like when I think I texted you when he took the one car to Canada, and then we're in a blue blackberry or blueberry, no, blackberry field picking blackberries or whatever, and he's got this thing, and I'm taking photos, and I'm like, to think about this toy, like you think about Toy Story, right? And like the journey of this toy where it thought its days of being played with were done, and now it's on a plane. Now it's in Canada in the middle of nowhere. It's
so
doing
perfect.
this. And like again,
Blackberries.
That's all I can think of.
oh dude, every time Ben says he wants blackberries, I sing this song. But yeah, like the fact that it kept going, and I think I told you I didn't, but I was like, I almost texted you for your dad and your mom's number to let them know that these toys, like I know they took care of them.
Lou would love it.
We'll
Lou.
send him this clip and let him know how much it means to him. Because even
That'd be
yesterday when we
amazing.
were doing big couch, tiny couch, we moved one of the cushions, and the little purple guy from the orange car popped up because he had fallen there since Lucy had been there. And Ben got so excited that the same purple guy was like, dude, my dude is here.
That's so
That's
funny.
awesome. That's
Calvin
great,
Perez in
That makes me
the
happy.
Patreon chat says, "Man, we started with Tim getting shamed, and now we're here." So nice. Oh man, I tell you what, Greg, this last Denver, the Last Dinosaur.
Denver.
Every
the last
several
dinosaur.
months or so, there will be a Twitter thread of like, what are some shows that you swear you were the only one that watched and like nobody else has ever heard of? That looks like one of those shows. I'm surprised I never heard of this. What channel was it?
Oh, who knows?
I
It
saw
was
it
a
on
cartoon
PBS.
show.
So it was one of those like it eventually
Okay.
got there type thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think of it as just being on. It was like for me that was like a Fox. You're getting ready for school. It's on every day, syndicated.
Nah, because I was all about Beetleborgs.
Hell yeah, dude.
Big bad
Oh, man.
Beetleborgs.
When they went Beetleborgs metallic,
Oh, man.
are you kidding me, Andy?
every
coolest
morning,
thing
it was
in the
Power
freaking
Rangers,
world.
Beetleborgs,
See,
it was VR
Troopers.
Troopers. Holy fuck.
Tim, I feel bad for you though.
Why?
Because when you grew up, you had too many choices.
No,
See, me
no.
and Greg had one channel with one cartoon on it, so we were all having
Watching
that
this
shared
shitty
experience.
Dennis the Menace thing about Samuel Clemens. All right.
yeah.
I didn't know. It's funny though because like growing up, just like 10 years removed,
Dennis
like
the Menace.
Remember that shit?
it was funny.
We all
because-
hated it, but we watched it.
It's
'cause it was
on.
I love the live action Dennis the Menace though.
That's fine.
Of
This is the
course.
cartoon.
Yeah.
But it was funny because it's like we still had the same rules you guys did of like you just get whatever's put on TV.
Yeah.
So there's Saturday morning cartoons or whatever, and like you wake up or you don't. You have to watch the reruns, like all that. But we did have the luxury of the Blockbusters having all of your shows, but you can actually rent the
Oh, that's
videotapes and stuff. So
awesome.
it's like
That's rad.
We did get a bit more of like, I mean, Transformers for me, it's like I wasn't watching. There was no Transformers in the 90s, or like Beast Wars was the one in the mid 90s. But like I just watched the 80s one, but they literally just Generation 1 was from the 80s. They just called it Generation 2, but all they did was just replay the same episodes with a new CG intro.
Cool.
It was just
That's
Optimus
awesome.
Prime. I'm like,
Smart.
this is Transformers Generation 2, but it was just fucking
Can you
the same
imagine if
cartoon.
like there was a Reddit back in the day? Like how mad they'd be.
It was funny on this the summer vacation to Canada, right? We're on a cabin on the lake or whatever, and so it was like, all right, cool. At one point, Ben watched cartoons, and we put on the TV, and he had to come to grips with like Paw Patrol. We're like, Paw Patrol's actually not on right now in this rural Quebec thing. And he watched something, and then a commercial comes in and goes, commercial, and we're like, yeah, you can't skip these commercials, big
Yeah.
guy. You got to sit there and
gotta
watch
just
this.
sit there and watch it.
You know what I mean? Like all the things we take for granted. It's on demand.
You can't just hit skip ad like on YouTube, you know?
Yeah.
I'm really interested in like what toys are going to, when 10 years from now, like what are the toys that Ben's going to like remember specifically, like that guy, you know? Because like we all have those weird
Those
little
guys,
ones, right?
yeah.
Like for me, the big one that is like the most obvious, like not the, I have a ton of I got this at a garage sale. To this day, I don't know what show it was from.
Sure.
But
Dude, me
Yeah,
I
too.
loved that thing so much because it looked like a sick ass mech thing. I'm like, I don't know what it
I have
was.
this polygonal green guy whose head you lifted up with a yellow mohawk, and I'm like, I have no idea where you're
But
from.
it's cool as hell. You
I
know?
had a Power Rangers looking dude that was definitely not Power Rangers, definitely not anything licensed that I knew of, but he looked like he fit in that world. And because he was so generic looking, it was me.
Oh, yeah?
Because it like
OC?
I could never be like, oh, I'm this character. It's like, no, that's Jason. That's the Red Ranger.
Yep,
or
yep,
that's
yep.
Tommy the Green Ranger.
There's a narrative.
This guy was like, no, that's my character because I've never seen this motherfucker before. And I still remember being in my parents' old Chrysler LeBaron car looking for this fucking figurine. Like, it's got to be here somewhere. I don't know where I dropped this thing. And I remember feeling the same way being in my parents' green Mercury fucking Villager van and being like, where is this goddamn toy? I can't find it. I lost it. It's just gone somewhere.
To time.
Yeah.
You got to look on eBay. Try to find it. You know
I
what
don't
I mean?
even know what to describe it as.
Yeah.
It was just like, it looked like a Black Ranger.
Kevin had this one action figure we got at a garage sale. There was just like some dude in a sick ass black, like Solid Snake type suit, and he had this sick ass mohawk. Maybe it was or not mohawk, mullet.
Like
Might have
G.I.
been
Joe?
Solid Snake.
Okay.
But then we were watching one of the later seasons of Ninja Turtles at some point, and this character just pops up, and we're like, "Holy shit, it's that guy!"
That's insane. That's amazing.
But I think like one of my favorite Toy Story ever is 3. But Optimus Prime. The day my mom got me Optimus Prime, it was my 5th birthday, and she was like, "We've been saving up. We finally got you the actual with the trailer diecast metal Optimus Prime, coolest freaking thing in the world."
sick.
And we lived right, very very close to the San Francisco side of the Golden Gate Bridge where I grew up. And she was like, "We're gonna go to Sausalito, which is like on the north side of the bridge." And I insisted on like walking across the bridge with Optimus like rolling on the side, and she's like, "You're gonna drop this thing." I didn't drop it. I didn't drop it. I was like, "I promise you, I'm not going to." And I just like rolled it all the way. We walked. I was 5.
I was gonna say that's a slow walk.
Yeah, but I insisted. I was like, "No, we gotta get Optimus all the way across the freaking bridge." Kids are so stupid.
Yeah.
Specifically me. But I have this picture of me on the other side, like holding Optimus, proud as fuck that me and Optimus made it across
made
the
this
bridge.
trip.
But I'm probably the only person in the world that cried watching Bumblebee with Haley Steinfeld, because at the end of the movie, like the final shot is the first time Optimus joins with Bumblebee, and it was the first time in live action it was the flat-faced Optimus, like from the 80s, like the right Optimus, not the Michael Bay abomination with the flames and shit. And there's just the movie ends with Optimus and Bumblebee driving across the Golden Gate Bridge, and I'm like, this is the best moment of my life. Like, this is like the most full circle. Like, I can't believe, like, let's fucking
Full on
go.
tears in the theater.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, Ben's gonna have those moments. You know what I mean? He's gonna have weird things. Maybe it'll be the mass toys.
Maybe
Knowles.
that would be amazing.
Sonny Knowles, yes, I do remember that show, and I fucked heavy with the Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad, starring Matthew Lawrence, the middle brother.
Oh my God, that's right. I never put
Yeah.
that together.
'Cause
Dude,
it-
shout out to Matthew Lawrence.
That's
man.
got to be a show that was imported from Japan, right?
It was.
Because
Yeah.
like, you know, all the Power Rangers were the same thing, but like that very much looked like Guyver almost, like the character that he would turn into when he'd go into these cyber worlds to fight these viruses. It looked like just straight up a Power Rangers type. Even like Guyver, when Guyver was on HBO, I was so into Guyver.
So sick, dude. Mystic Knights of Tiernanog.
Look how sick this guy looks,
He
man.
does look
Fuck,
awesome.
man.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
there
show
he
that
is. Matthew Lawrence.
You show this shit to a 10-year-old? Holy shit, man. It's the coolest looking thing ever.
On a like 10th and Clement, there's to this day this place called Heroes Club that's like a collector toy shop, and they sell mainly those type of, I forget the name of those things. It's not Super Sentai. It's
Super hentai.
whatever those like
I know what you
that
mean.
robot guy, right? Like whatever
Yeah.
that thing is. I don't know what it is, but there was a ton of them. And me, Kevin, and my brother, Kevin's mom would bring us to this place. And they were just the biggest fucking assholes of all time.
Yeah,
you
snobs.
can't touch anything, like whatever. Like this is collector shit. It's like these are fucking toys. And now I'm an old man. I get it to
You
an
get
extent. You know what I mean?
Imagine you're running a store and young Kevin walks
And
in.
running a store that
Oh
is
my
like
God.
very
Nope.
much.
Nope. Nope.
But yeah, but at the same
around
time,
without
fuck
his
those guys.
So anything I have, I let Ben open. I don't care, right? Because I didn't want to get back into collecting anything. So
Yeah.
the stuff I have collected is usually stuff that used to be on my desk or whatever, and I don't blah blah. And so like, there's this Superman the animated series 2-pack somebody had given me of Superman and Lois Lane, right? And it's you can remove Superman's hands and Lois's hands and put different hands, blah blah. It's like a collector's toy, but it's a like fucking awesome Superman toy, period, right? And so he plays with it and loves it or whatever. But there's these moments where it's just like it happens multiple times a week, where when I'm picking up or he's playing with something else and I just pick it up and I just stare at it. And I'm just like, this is like literally the Superman toy you would see in the Superman comics when they would draw it. Like, this is such a fucking cool. It looks exactly like the show, and it's got the points of articulation, and it's just fucking colorful and amazing. I'm like, God damn, it's amazing.
Man, I went down a rabbit hole speaking just kind of on that subject. I was looking at toys for Ben. The one toy that I don't have is the original like Matt Tracker like Camaro from Mask, and I was like, I swear, my brother's like, I swear we had it, but I don't. We must have maybe it got broken.
You
Got
lose
thrown
it
out
at
or
someone's
whatever.
house, yeah.
So I'm looking on eBay to find it. And of course, that's the one toy that's like hella expensive.
Yeah.
But I'm noticing, I was like, hey, that's interesting. That one has because the Mask toys have the little figurines like this big, and you put the helmet on top of them, and the helmets went all the way down to their chest, which I remember. Those are the toys that I bought, and I'm looking at some of the Gen 1s have just tiny little helmets, and I was like, I've never seen those before.
They kill a bunch of kids, right?
So I started going down the rabbit hole Reddit, and that was a Series 1 toys that are like very, very rare because yes, there was moments of swallowing. So then you look at the new toys, and not only the masks are way longer, so they're harder to swallow, but they have holes in them. So if you do swallow them, the kid can still breathe.
Yeah.
And I called my brother, and we
kids.
just talked about this. He's like, dude, how fucking crazy is it that like there's that just stuff that we didn't know about these toys that we played so much with, and we were just nerding out about it, and that's playing the fucking Mask theme song. It's like, we should watch episodes of this. I was like, we're not going that far. It was really
Listen,
fun.
I got to get back to Ghost Rider. I can't watch this. I'm sorry.
This is an Ava Mendes
He's
classic.
like, oh, don't you want to watch Penguin? You're like, I'm busy. I got license to drive on DVR.
Tim, Ultraman or Gridman?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like Ultraman is what I remember like reading about in like even EGM and shit, but I never ever saw any of that stuff.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Ladies, gentlemen, and NBs, that's another episode of the Kind of Funny podcast in the books. Each and every week, 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table, coming to talk to you about whatever it is we want to talk about. If you like that, of course, we'd love it if you supported us. We're an 11-person small business all about live talk shows. Our programming day kicks off at 10 a.m. Pacific each and every weekday and goes all the way till the late afternoon, like right now. Of course, you can support the Kind of Funny membership either on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames or patreon.com/kindoffunny, where you can get all of our shows ad-free, the ability to watch podcasts like this live as we record them in the afternoon, and of course, your daily vlog/podcast from me, called Greg Way. For now, it's time to go home, try to explain to my son why Tim hates him. But until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.
Well, Tim's a monster.